There are two types of lenses. You have zoom lenses and you have prime lenses. A zoom lens covers a range of focal lengths, whereas a prime lens is a single fixed focal length. Both zooms and primes have their advantages and disadvantages. In the case of zooms, you have the advantage of being able to zoom in or out from the same spot, and generally they're a more cost-effective solution being that a single lens has multiple focal lengths. But as the old saying goes, jack of all trades, master of none. The advantages of prime lenses, on the other hand, is generally you get a smaller form factor, they're often brighter or faster than their zoom counterparts, and the image quality in that the background blur, the sharpness, the color, and the contrast is often more pleasing to the eye. But more than that, primes force you to become a more active and present filmmaker. And if you really want to take advantage of that beautiful aesthetic that you get from a prime lens, you really have to be paying attention and listening to what's happening around you, or you're often going to miss key moments. A perfect example is Heidi and John's wedding. When Heidi's opening her gift from John, we shot that intentionally with prime lenses because we really wanted to isolate her and her emotion. But in order to do that and to take advantage of the extreme shallow depth of field, we could have only shot that with a prime lens, which meant that we had to be paying attention and thinking what's going to happen next so we weren't going to miss it. That's not to say that zooms don't have a place as well. In many of the football games and other sporting events that we filmed, having the ability to zoom in a split second to really hone in on that emotion is something that's indispensable to telling the story. And had we been shooting with prime lenses, we simply would have missed all of those little stories that were happening around us. So with that, I've got 3 tips for you to start incorporating prime lenses into your lens lineup. The first tip is to start with cheaper primes. There are plenty of sub $500 primes that'll allow you to get your feet wet and really start playing around with fixed focal length lenses. The second tip is to start when the time is right. There are often repetitious events that happen at any wedding. A perfect example is the hair and makeup for the brides and bridesmaids. Generally that happens over the course of several hours, and it'll give you the flexibility to put on a prime lens and play around and not miss any key moments to your story. The third and final tip I have, which is the most difficult, is to start leaving your zooms at home. By forcing yourself to use prime lenses, you're going to become a more active and present filmmaker.